Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, myself Probir Mondal, I am with you to discuss about some broad question from the story Macbeth. It is in the syllabus of WBBSc of class 11. This is a beautiful story. Today in this video, I will discuss about some long questions. So let's start our video without any further delay. Question number 1. What role do the witches play in Macbeth? Answer. In Macbeth, Shakespeare introduces an element of fantasy and supernatural through the character of the witches. The witches are important figures in the tale, as the function is both to predict Macbeth's fate and to signal what is to come. The witches represents chaos, conflict, and darkness. The witches act as a catalyst and inflame Macbeth's desire. It is because of the witches that Macbeth decided so early to plunge into criminal actions and realize his ambitions. The witches give Macbeth false security through their words of double meaning, only to lead him slowly and steadily towards his doom. But the witches cannot be held absolutely responsible for Macbeth's doom. It is because of Macbeth's inordinate ambition and Lady Macbeth's instigation. He invites his own tragedy. That's all for question number 1. Question number 2. Why did Macbeth want to murder Banquo and his son? How was Banquo murdered? Answer. The witches made the prophecy that Banquo would never be king, but his sons would become kings of Scotland in future. After Macbeth became the king of Scotland, he remembered these prophecies. He became bitter and angry that though he had murdered Duncan, Banquo's son would sit on the throne after him. So Macbeth was determined to kill Banquo and his son Fleance, so that the prophecy would not come true. To murder Banquo and his son, Macbeth arranged a banquet for the Thanes and invited Banquo and Fleance to his castle. He hired murderers who waited for the father and son in the darkness and murdered Banquo. His son Fleance managed to escape from the hands of murderer. That's all for question number 2. Question number 3. Sketch the character of Lady Macbeth. Very important question. Lady Macbeth is one of the Shakespeare's most famous and ruthless female characters. She is far more strong, powerful than Goneril from King Lear and Sycorax from The Tempest. She was the wife of Macbeth. Macbeth informed her that the Weird sisters foretold he would become the next king of Scotland. She was highly ambitious and wanted to see her husband on the throne in any way. She knew that King Duncan would visit their castle. She convinced Macbeth that Duncan should be murdered. Macbeth welcomed the king, and Lady Macbeth was a kind hostess. Number 1 suspected the evil purpose of them. Like a born criminal, Lady Macbeth had already planned Duncan's death. She put the blame on his personal guards. She knew that Macbeth was kind. he was loyal. He could not want to kill Duncan. So he provoked her husband to kill Duncan to become the king of Scotland. As a result, Macbeth killed Duncan and then Banquo, and even Macduff's innocent wife and children. The lords and people of Scotland now hated Macbeth and his wife. She was full of sorrow, guilt, and had no peace of mind. She suffered from nightmares and finally ended her own life. Like the witches, she is finally and equally responsible for Macbeth's downfall. So, Lady Macbeth is rightly called the fourth witch. That's all for question number 3. Question number 4. Bring out the significance of the opening scene of Macbeth. Very, very important question. Answer. The opening scene of Macbeth is very significant as it sets the tone of the story and controls the central theme. When Macbeth and Banquo were returning from the battlefield, they faced bad weather. There was thunder and heavy lightning, which created an uncanny atmosphere of suspicion. They were stopped by 3 strange figures. They were dancing and singing. Fair is foul and foul is fair. It shows that they were the worshippers of evil. By their predictions, they created confusion and chaos in the life of Macbeth. At last, to fulfill his inordinate ambition, Macbeth murdered one after another, and he finally faced his death. That's all for question number 4. Question number 5. Why did Lady Macbeth plot to kill the king? What did Macbeth say to oppose her? Answer. Lady Macbeth was the wife of Macbeth, Thane of Glamis. Macbeth informed her that the Wyatt sisters foretold he would become the next king of Scotland. She also came to know about the partial accomplishment of the prediction of the Wyatt sisters. She was desperately ambitious and wanted to see her husband on the throne in any way. So, when she was informed that King Duncan would visit their castle, she provoked her husband, Macbeth, to murder Duncan to become the king of Scotland. Macbeth opposed her wife, showing many strong reasons against the murder of King Duncan. Macbeth was a noble subject and close relative of Duncan. Duncan had honored Macbeth, conferring upon him the title of Thane of Cawdor. Above all, Duncan was Macbeth's guest. So, being a host, Macbeth's only duty was to protect him from any danger and not to murder him. King Duncan was just and benevolent and loved by all. So, Macbeth opined that he was killed. His faithful subjects would try to avenge his death. Macbeth also argued that he had enjoyed his high position throughout Scotland and he did not intend to stain his honor and reputation with the blood of the heinous murder of King Duncan only to become a king. That's all for question number 5. Question number 6. Give a brief account of the banquet scene in Macbeth. Answer. Macbeth was determined to kill Banquo and his son Fleance so that the prophecy of the witches would not come true. He arranged a banquet and invited all the chieftains, including Banquo and Fleance, to his castle. Macbeth and Lady Macbeth played the role of a perfect host with gentle and graceful manners. They entertained everyone in the banquet, and Macbeth regretted the absence of his dearest friend. He hired murderers who waited for the father and son in the darkness, and they murdered Banquo, but his son Fleance managed to escape. In the banquet hall, Macbeth saw the bloody ghost of Banquo occupying his reserved seat, but others could not see it. At the horrible sight, Macbeth lost his mental balance and behaved strangely. Lady Macbeth controlled the situation and dismissed the banquet, excusing Macbeth's mental illness. The phantasm was a product of Macbeth's sense of guilt and a fear of disclosure of the dreadful secret. That's all for question number 6. Question number 7. What was the mystery behind the moving Birnam woods? Answer. The hollow promises of the three witches gave Macbeth a false confidence. He remembered prophecy of the spirit that he would never be vanquished until Birnam woods should come to Dunsinane. So he did not want to believe when a messenger informed him that the woods were moving. The strange side of moving of Birnam woods was a part of Malcolm's tragedy. Actually, the woods were not moving. When the soldiers were advancing towards the castle of Macbeth, Malcolm instructed them to cut down a bow and bear it before them as camouflage to conceal the actual numbers of soldiers before Macbeth. The marching soldiers with bows in their hands appeared from the distance that they were moving. Thus the prediction of witches seemed to resemble, and Macbeth lost his confidence. That's all for question number 7. Question number 8. What did each of the three witches predict to Macbeth when he first met them? What did they tell Banquo? Answer. Macbeth and Banquo were returning from a great battle victoriously. They were crossing a wild marshly land when they met the three witches. The first witch greeted Macbeth with his own title, the Thane of Glamis. He was surprised because they did not know each other. The second witch saluted him with the title of Thane of Cawdor. This really surprised Macbeth because the real Thane of Cawdor was still alive. Lastly, the third witch hailed Macbeth and told him he would be the next king of Scotland. This amazed Macbeth as the two sons of King Duncan were alive and they were the heirs to the Scottish throne. Banquo was curious to know about himself. Then the witches turned towards Banquo and told him that he would never reign as the king, but his successors would be the kings of Scotland. So this was the today's video. Today's topic is very important to the examinees of class 11 of WBBSc board. If you follow my channel, I can say in guarantee you can get good marks from the English. Long note is very problematic matter to the students. So don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel to get new contents. Bye bye. May God bless you. That's all.